Hi, everyone. We're back. Welcome to another episode. I am Don, and this is Brian. Just to recap, we decided that we would do the podcast on men's mental health awareness. If you enjoy what you have seen so far or like this episode, please subscribe. If you have any comments, please leave them for us and we will get back to them. Keep in mind, these are just our opinions, not medical information that we are giving. Also,
and it's free, so
it's not suited for children. It's going to be adult content, and his language is very colorful.
it's just cursing every now and then.
And if you get easily offended, bye.
Take your ass somewhere else.
Not that we care that you get yet. No, we don't care that you get easily offended. Just bye. Okay.
And everybody's free to comment. Just try to keep them as
Keep in mind,
not stupid.
if you're going, you can't say that because it might be stupid to you, but it's not stupid to them. Keep in mind, if you're going to comment, don't be rude or ignorant about it. The stories that we have given you are things that he's actually gone through. We're not walking in his shoes. We don't understand exactly what he's going through. But what we are trying to do with this podcast is bring more awareness to it so people don't feel like they're alone. And don't make me bring my claws out. So be nice in the comments.
Yeah, good luck with that. Apparently, you've never read the comments in a YouTube video.
There's delete. There's delete and black. Bye. So anyway. So this episode, we're going to kind of do things a little different. No, we're really not. But I know that with your panic disorder, there's certain things that you can and can't do. One of the things that I find shocking is you've said before, if you were in a car accident, the panic doesn't kick in. You're calm, cool, collected. Most people are in a car accident, they're like, ee!
No, I'm usually calming the other person down.
Yeah. So, along with panic disorder, I think a lot of people get the general idea that everything's going to set you off for certain things. And there's things that you can do with panic disorder that most people would be like, you can do that and it doesn't bother you. And other things where people are like, oh, why can't you do that? So, give us a little background on that.
Yeah, I've gotten that. Where it's like, well, you can do this. You can get tattoos. Then why can't you go? You know, why can't you do X, Y, Z? Now, same thing. I could sit and play poker for hours and hours, 10 hours.
Okay.
Straight, and there's money on the line. There's, it's a little bit of a competition, whatever. Not get amped up, nervous, stay perfectly calm, and control my, I could control my heart rate, my breathing,
Do you think it's because you're concentrating on the cards and what's being done on the table?
I don't know. It's weird because you would think, okay, you can control your breathing and your heart rate. Like, knowingly I can do it, but I can't do it in those other situations. And I don't have a real good answer for it. The only reason I was able to control it or try to control it was so that nobody could see. Because you have certain hands, or like when you're bluffing, or you have quads, or whatever, if anybody plays poker. And you know you're going to win the hand. Sometimes it's hard to keep yourself from getting a little, like, yeah, push all that money in, please, so I can smash the shit out of you.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you think it's because your mind is concentrating on that and not letting the panic set in?
Why I can control it, or why that? Well, I'm controlling it so I don't give anything away.
Right, but I'm saying, do you think maybe that's why panic doesn't set in, because you're preoccupied? Like,
I didn't learn that until later on, because I didn't know that people could pick up stuff from the pulse in your neck, your breathing, swallowing, fidgeting, moving around, until I started to be able to pick that stuff up from people. So it was years after playing that, just from playing with people that were better than me and learning stuff and some crap from TV, but mostly just playing with people that were a lot better than I was, and then just improving. But yeah, and I even question, like, why can I do that there but not in other situations? I never had an answer, and I still don't, as far as that one. And I'd had people say, like, well, you can do that. Why can't you go, you know, get a construction job from 9 to 5, or, do whatever? And it's like, well, one's not the same as the other.
No, and
I can get up from the poker table and leave
I, I,
at any time I want if I'm feeling uncomfortable.
yeah, but I think the job too is because you don't know if you're going to have any other issues. Like we know your GI issues kind of control a lot of it. So if you had to work 9 to 5, you're telling in your head, okay, from 9 to 5, this can't happen. And if
Oh,
this happened to,
I know exactly when the GI issues are going to kick in, around 8:30.
yeah. So I mean, so I get that on why you can't do the 9 to 5 job. Plus, you need freedom to be able to come and go as you please with the job.
And the poker was always at night. There was a few times that I was able to go out on they had like a Sunday thing around noon or something like that. And if I felt good enough, but there was times where I left that.
And I will say he is a night person. Since I've known him, he's always been a night person.
That's when I feel the best.
Yeah, I mean,
most of the time, my comfort is almost 100% at night. Where during the day, even though now, the past, I don't know how many years that we've been doing stuff during the day, I'm still not as comfortable as if we were able to do that same thing at night.
right. Which, side note, I think it's crappy that people turn off their Christmas lights at like 11 o'clock at night.
You notice people cruising around at 3 in the morning.
We want to see lights, damn it.
But I mean, getting tattoos, that was another one. Well, if you can do that, why can't you? It's like, okay, I'll take tattoos and doctor's appointments and use those as similar. Except not one of my tattoos was ever scheduled. I never had an appointment and a time to go get a tattoo. Out of every one that I have from, my ankles up, were all spur of the moment, happen to be in the shop at the time or walking by one, whatever, and either, hey, you want to get a tattoo? Get something for $100, And honestly, there's only been a few that have been paid for. The rest were all when I worked at the shop. And that was another thing. When you're at a shop and you're just drawing, not getting paid. So again, I can come and go as I please. If you're not paying me, I'm not.
Right.
You ain't telling me shit. And kind of getting paid at ink when it was slow, which is, was fine at that time. But with a doctor's appointment, again, there's a scheduled time. I've got to leave at a certain time. I don't know what they're going to be doing, if anything.
I think that's the big part. Like your last tattoo. He just happened to have an opening. We were there. We got it done.
Yeah, I mean, I was there for you to get yours.
That's when I got my line work done.
And then somebody was like, got a spot open. Or I think we overheard them say,
No, I think you saw it on their webpage or their Instagram
Oh,
because he was tattooing somebody when I had first started my line work,
right.
and then he was done with
Somebody
her.
canceled or something.
Something, yeah.
And then I asked him if he had time to if he wanted to do the eyeball. I have a tribal 9 on my shoulder that I've always wanted to get the middle of it, like some crazy eyeball. So Keith at Bone Daddy's
Shout out, Keith.
did it. And again, am I going to be able to schedule the rest that I would like to get both my sleeves finished? Probably not. It'll be a kind of. I think we were there one day, and I asked him, "You got any time?" He's like, "No."
Now, if you're
So-
with me on Thursday, see what happens.
Yeah.
If not, not. I mean, and I get that stuff. I get like not being, if it's scheduled or your mind's already like, I have to do this at this time. I have to do this at this time. You're going to get.
And the tattoo would be the same thing. If I scheduled an appointment at 2:00, I'd start having problems around 11, 12, and then probably talk myself into calling and canceling.
And that I don't want to say that's the sad part, but that's the sad part. A lot of times you'll get yourself amped up and you'll cancel something that's for like 2:00, and by like 12:30, 1:00, you're fine. But you already have that mindset and you're probably fine because you canceled.
Yeah, it's not that I canceled it and then, oh, I'm fine. No, I'm fine because I don't have that. To me, I don't have that the pressure or stress of whatever it is I was going to go do. It's now gone, and now I can breathe again.
So the best part would be for us to Mr. to you.
No, because I'm not going to be as polite as he was when I come around.
I'm not saying knock you out, but I'm just saying like pop it up on you, like us being out and be like, hey, can we stop here? All right, he's here for his appointment, like, and not tell you that there was an appointment there. If you were having a good day.
Well, yeah, again, there has to be a bunch of stuff that falls
Right.
in line. It just has to be one of those perfect storms that it works out. Because there's been times where I feel perfectly fine, and then you've said, hey, what you want? And then things start to just spiral down. It's like going with you, and if he's available, like the fact that I'm just thinking about it right now made me a little, like maybe I won't go.
Yeah, I mean, when I got this done, you didn't get nothing done.
I haven't got anything done, any of the ones that you got.
Well, you were only with me on, oh yeah, you were with me on the gnome too. So this one, yeah. The only one you weren't with me on was the color for this and my leg. Yeah.
The photography. But yeah, it's that, and I've gotten that from people from the beginning until a lot of people were just gone and I wasn't talking to people anymore.
Yeah, I think the biggest one that shocked me was the accident. Like you were. Now, I'll give you an example. We had an issue it was around Christmas time, I guess about 3 years ago. You were working, you were doing the DoorDash, and we were delivering some punk kids ran a late and almost hit us, which we let that one go. You made your delivery, and
they decided to fuck around.
So
and almost found out.
As you know, Christmas is our favorite holiday. So we have Frosty in the back seat. He's a light up Frosty and he waves.
Yeah, what's he called? A car buddy or something?
Yeah, car buddy.
He blows up, so he's
sitting there going like this out the window. So when you delivered the food, the car turned around and was facing us and turned out their lights.
Well, first they had blew by when I was walking up. They went by, and then they came back again. And then that's when they turned around, turned their lights out, and started to come back slowly.
So he unplugged Frosty and gets in the car, and he's calm as anything. And unfortunately, due to a medical issue that I had years ago, I don't have that balance in me anymore.
Well, I had actually gotten out of the car and went around to the back of it, and
That's when you unplugged Frosty.
I unplugged Frosty, and I also
Yeah.
happened to have a
Defense item.
on me and had that in my hand, because if you turn your, any idiots out there that don't know this, if you're gonna fuck with somebody, know who you're fucking with, first of all, and second of all, don't like turn your lights out and start to creep up, because that's a
drive-by.
That's a drive-by. They could have easily, that could have been their last little fuck around moment.
So I'm on the phone with the police, telling them what's going on, and it's a bunch of punk kids, more or less. They were they were young adults driving around in Daddy's Cadillac.
They ended up ripping a part of it clean off, trying to get away from me.
So when we got in the car and went more or less to go get their tag number, they jumped the curb.
They caught the sewer.
Sewer, great.
The concrete sewer thing, and it
Jack.
threw the ass end of the car up, and you could hear the bumper, the fender, quarter, whatever it was, something just crumpled. So I'm like, somebody was getting in trouble when they got home.
So all this going on, you would think he would go into a panic. He was cool as can be. I felt bad for him because he was trying to calm me down because my heart rate went through the roof. I wasn't scared. It was just I don't have that balance. But he was calm and cool. And I was like,
I was more pissed that the cops never showed up.
no, by the time we turned, the cops never showed. But there's been other things where you would think that he would get a little.
Well, and the weird thing, I was going to say, maybe I was more concerned with you, so I didn't focus in on me, but which is true. But the head-on accident that I had in Philly, I was by myself.
Right.
And it was a young girl. Again, I was more worried about her because her car was totaled and mine really wasn't that banged up. So maybe that's it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you even had an incident when you were Ubering people when the guy wouldn't get out of your car.
Not that he wouldn't get out. He jumped in.
Yeah.
Thinking, I don't know what he thought, but that didn't go well either.
So, I mean, things that you would think that would make you panic, a lot of times don't. And things that people would be like, why are you panicking about that? But I think it's a control thing too. I think something that is out of your control or something that has to be pre-planned or something like that, your mind just starts going bloop, 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 like something that's...
Accidents aren't, I don't have any control over that.
But that comes, it just happens. There's no, like you're not going out and going, I'm getting into an accident today.
No, I haven't scheduled that yet.
But I think that might be it too. Like if something just creeps up and you do.
And even bringing up the job, the last year that I haven't DoorDashed since October, or Uber Eats. And that year before that, I was having a lot of problems with, I had somebody try to steal the car at one location. I got jumped by two guys at a McDonald's. Well, not guys, they were probably kids. I had another
An attempt.
Another attempt at we'll call it a deli in a city that's not Philadelphia, near here.
And then you had the woman you went to drop the food off.
And one other incident where I could tell that I was going to get robbed.
Which makes no sense to me because you guys are idiots. DoorDashers don't carry money.
No, but some of us carry.
I mean, like, don't be stupid.
And they all found out.
But so, yeah, I mean.
But those kinds of things, you would think, most people would think, like if you have to draw on somebody or you have two people jumping you or somebody's like backing out of the parking lot with your car, that you would, that would be an instant. And I don't get nervous at all.
I think after the incidents with being jumped and all that, I think that started to weigh on you, though, not wanting to go out.
It just got to the point where it's like, okay, this is like 4 incidents in like 5 months, six
Yeah.
months. And I'm like, it's not worth the $10.
No, and
It's just not. It got to the point where, again, I'm out at night. I would go out around midnight until like 6, 7 in the morning, 7 nights a week. Like every night I went out. And for the longest time, I didn't have an issue. You know, you get a couple, every now and then you get a drunk or somebody calling you and freaking out about the restaurant that screwed up their food or whatever the issue was, or they're high, or, you know, they can't find a ketchup packet or something. I don't know. But that was like the one in Chester was the first one. I'll say I got a little nervous because I did go home after that one. That one made me a little uncomfortable, like, because that somebody got their hands on me, and that's the first time I've ever like been in a job where that's happened. I've had people start shit, but not actually get their hands on me. Like, now I was able to get in the car and just leave without having to. I didn't have time for anything else. The other ones were, I was like, come on, dumbass. Like, the dude taking the car, like, again, I always leave my car running when I go in to drop something off or whatever. That was just always a thing. You delivering pizza or whatever, you just didn't turn your car off. He got something pointed at him. He jumped out of the car with it and took off running. And that was the end of that. And I finished working and through the night and all. The other one, they took a swipe, caught my head, and that's the one where I like punched him in the chest. The other one was coming around a car. I drew, and somebody screamed like a little girl, and they took off running. That one I found kind of amusing. I'm like, two badasses, and then you saw something and like pissed your pants.
that was at a Wendy's, wasn't it?
No, it was the McDonald's in Eddystone. It was a fake pickup.
Oh, that's right.
And I should have known because I'm like, that one closes at like 10.
Yeah.
And it was like 12:31. But again, it was the amount of money. And this was the same way with the other one where you knew there was going to be an attempt because of the way they were acting. And the amount of money that was kind of should have told me that this was bullshit. So yeah, I mean, that started to be like, this isn't
Not worth it anymore.
like just a little bit of money that was barely paying the bills and stuff. It's like, I'll go back to doing airbrushing and art and stuff and go down that road.
Now, things that people would typically be like, you can't do that. Like something as simple as being in a crowded facility. You know, and I get it. I have to admit, I do understand it.
I mean, okay, so you deal with some level of claustrophobia, not complete. Like some people can't even be in a car without the windows being open. But
My claustrophobia is weird. Like I can't fall asleep facing somebody. I have to.
But you'll fall asleep on me all the time.
On your chest, yes. I'll fall asleep on your chest, but once I get into a sleep, what happens? I flip. Yeah.
But yours, when I think claustrophobia in you, I think the MRI machine.
MRI machines, elevators. It's crazy though because I went through fire school and I had that mask on. That was one of my biggest concerns if I was going to be able to do that because that's like you can't get much closer than that.
And I'm not like that. Like I can sit in an MRI machine and almost go to sleep. Like, it doesn't bother me at all.
But you're not as broad as I am, so it's not as tight for you.
No, but you would think somebody who's
Yeah.
panicking about a lot of shit, like you're just stuffing them in a tube. Now, that, I'm going to say my nose, but
Yeah.
my nose isn't too far from the roof of that.
Have any of you ever seen the Muppets? Gonzo. Love you. Now, have you ever had the MRI where they caged your head?
No.
So to me, I've had tons of MRIs.
I had them where they locked my arm, but
No, see, I had an MRA where they caged my head. Now, you guys can tell I am big. I am not small. I'm just not. So my shoulders are touching this side of it. Then they were nice enough to put my head in a cage because that's what was being scanned. And you can't move. You tell somebody you can't move, what are they going to do? Move.
Well, they're trying to do that so they get a clear image the first time so they don't have to put you through it a second time.
That's what drugs are for. So yeah, that freaks me out. But now certain things that accidents I get freaked, and that's not a fair assumption with me though, because I don't know how much of it's a freak out.
I didn't say.
No, I know, but or just I don't have that fight and flight anymore. Because I've had accidents before where I didn't freak out before.
Yeah, I don't think it's just the accident because you working as an EMT and a firefighter is, even though you're not in the accident, you're dealing with the accident or it's an adrenaline rush. So
I think it's more the fight and flight that I don't have anymore.
I don't think it's the, but everybody handles everything differently.
But I will say one thing about him is we go to Macy's. Macy's has Jeffrey.
Had.
No, he was moved over. Remember, we saw him.
Well, you might want to let them know what you're talking about so they don't think we're both nuts.
But so Jeffrey is the Toys R Us giraffe.
For anybody who doesn't remember, Toys R Us was a big toy store.
So Macy's has a bench and Jeffrey is sitting on the bench. He has no problem making a fool of himself in stores.
Oh, I have no problem making a fool of myself anywhere.
But so typically somebody who gets panicky, you would think wouldn't want to do anything like that to bring attention to him. But every year...
Okay, am I doing it or am I being forced against my will? Because I really don't have a choice in any of this. Just like the Walmart Frosty or whatever it was.
You can say no.
Oh, yeah, because telling you no always works.
You can try to say no.
Like I said, I don't have a choice.
No, but you smile and I think part of you gets a kick out of it. He's going to act all macho like it doesn't, but it does.
I don't act macho. If you watched any of the other episodes leading up to this.
No, but I mean, so
no machismo.
Stuff that would bring like attention, you'll do. I mean, not intentionally, but I mean, it's not like we plan to go out and do that, but.
Well, okay, yes and no. There's not anybody standing in line, so it's not like I stood in line and there's a bunch of kids waiting and they're watching me get a picture with a plastic giraffe sitting on a bench that's way too short and it's hard to get up from. Or standing with my arm around Frosty in the back of Walmart in their Christmas section at the time.
So are you telling me...
Or any of the other ones that I've done it with.
So you're telling me that you wouldn't stand in line to get your picture taken with Santa with me?
Probably not. I know we've talked about it or walked by and go, but we never do. So
mainly because we are usually a hot mess when we're there, so we have to.
Or there's just a bunch of fucking assholes in line with all their kids, and I don't want to be standing there.
Yeah. All right. So mental note this year: Santa pictures. Okay.
Yeah, get him while he's walking to wherever and just slip him a 20 and just take a selfie with him. And I'll
Oh, I
stand.
know a Santa that'll come here and you can sit on his lap.
Does his initials on Facebook, it's something Claus?
No, not him, the one you actually know. He has a countdown for Christmas on all the time and people yell at him.
He has a what?
Countdown for Christmas on all the time and people yell at him. He's also
I have no idea what you're talking about.
the person I had to reach out to for the divorce.
Oh.
But anyway, I mean, so yeah, a lot of the stuff that you can do kind of shocks me without. No, I shouldn't say shocks me because
Is it I can do it or yes, the poker and the tattoos are a choice. The accidents and the the crime stuff that's, not that I'm doing it, that's, was being done. I don't have a choice. So you can choose to curl up in a ball and cry or either defend yourself or deal with the situation. Is it that? I don't.
all right. So since we've been together, I've had 3 surgeries,
And none of them hurt me.
and oh yes, they did. You took me to 2 of them. Now,
That doesn't really sound great.
the one you couldn't, it had nothing to do with the fact if you didn't want to. It was just the time and where it was located. Like if the surgery was my last one, my knee, you didn't take me to that one.
Oh, well, the shitheads moved it out to like 2 counties away.
Right. So, but if it was at Mainline, you would have taken me.
Yeah, if it was at where you got the other one, that wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah. So I mean, stuff like that, and
This one had to get on the highway during rush hour, 45 minutes or more away.
yeah.
And then who knows how long I'm going to be there, and then back down the like. I was like, yeah, there's no way that's going to work. And I don't. My main reason is not out of worrying about myself, but I don't want to screw it up and not be able to get you there. And then you don't get it done, and now they've got to go through all kinds of shit to get it redone.
Right. But I mean, so like the first 2, and you said the first one, you're like, I can try, but I mean, and I honestly thought he was going to drop me off and then come back, but you stayed the whole time.
Which was the first one?
The knee, the meniscus in Broomall.
Yeah, I just went because I mean, while you're in surgery, there's nothing I can do. So I went down the. I think I went to Dunkin' Donuts down the street, and then ate in the parking lot, and then went back into the waiting room.
Yeah. And the appendix, you just stayed in the hospital.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't remember that.
I was kind of preoccupied.
No, I'm saying I don't remember it. I know you had it, and your son had it
So
after me, but I don't remember like being there.
mine was Memorial Day month. Like
Yeah, I know.
Monday.
We talked about this, and I just don't remember it.
you came from, you were working, you came and you took me over to the ER.
Yeah, I don't.
And then at some point, my dad came up the next morning, like before I went into the OR.
What's the one that we had to switch cars?
That was for the broken ribs.
Oh, I think I'm like
Flipping the 2.
moving. Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah, the broken ribs, you couldn't be in there with me because it was COVID.
Okay.
And then you flipped cars, and then you drove the car to Crozier because they ambulanced me to Crozier to get the scan done.
Don't remember that part either. I remember sitting out in my car.
At Crozier.
Yeah, because I think it was winter.
Yep, it was February.
Brought the truck up so your dad could go home, and like, I don't know, we swapped the car, whatever, and I just sat out with the heat and probably listening to the radio or playing something on my phone.
Yeah, I think you came here, you picked up his truck. brought that back to the hospital, stayed with my truck, and then I called you and told you that they were taking me from Springfield to Crozier. You drove to Crozier, and the ambulance took me. And then they scanned me, and then that was a long one. I didn't get home until like 6 in the morning.
But I know one other thing that we had talked about for this episode or whatever was that I had brought up earlier about are there any benefits of having the panic disorder or the what if thinking or anything like that? And we kind of got into a discussion about it. Like, I think that there are definitely, I don't want to say benefits.
It made you change the way you were living life.
And not that I wasn't really doing anything. I was street racing at the time, with my crappy Nova motorcycle, drove that like an idiot. So I always wondered, maybe, again, I don't believe in God. Not saying he doesn't exist. I don't know. By the time I find out, it'll be a little late. Oops, I was wrong again. But maybe there's somebody up there that said, this idiot's going to end up dead or in jail. Why don't we give him this? And because it definitely curtailed a lot of shit. The motorcycle got sold.
Yeah, but you got another one after that.
No, I didn't.
I thought you got one when you were back at your mom's.
Oh, no, it never got delivered.
Oh.
The landlord at the time put the halt on that for some reason. Thought that this was the 70s and they still leaked all over the place. No, I never had another one. But, the street racing obviously stopped and a lot of things stopped. Now, I'm not saying that, I also had, obviously, my daughters, and so there could have, maybe that was part of it, but I mean, there was even times after, though, with the rage and stuff, and if you haven't seen anything and you're wondering what we're talking about and you have to go back and watch the other episodes, I would recommend, and, from the beginning, if you want to learn about all this, with the rage and that kind of stuff, I could have easily went to jail at any one of those just for if somebody would have called the cops and they come walking in the house and that's what it looks like. You're definitely you're going. Now, I may not end up in county for it, but
Did the rage stop after the panic or no?
No, it's when it really started.
So that's defeating what you're saying. Like, yeah, some things did stop.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
a catch-22.
It's not like everything. It's not like I completely chilled out and tried to insulate myself from ever having an issue, because that stuff created even more problems.
Right.
Now, was that, and I'm not going to say the anger issues were there before December of 93.
But I wonder if the anger issues got worse afterwards because now you had other things on top of it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was frustration, depression, just being pissed off that why did this have to happen to me? Well,
Right.
The whole feeling sorry for yourself, or I don't remember doing anything that bad to deserve this.
Yeah.
Just there was a lot of that, but again, that's something that those situations could have landed me, at least doing an overnighter or something like that at the police station, which wouldn't have went well at all, I don't think.
No, would have upped the panic, that's for sure.
What's that?
Would have upped the panic, that's for sure.
Or who knows, maybe I would have been like, oh, I'm perfectly fine. This doesn't bother me at all. Maybe I should maybe I should try and get life. I don't know. It's just a weird thing, but I've thought about that, you know, over the decades. Was it something that somebody thought was a good idea to keep me from harming myself or causing
I know you don't
a
believe
problem?
in certain things, but hindsight looking back, yeah, it could have been your niece being like, Uncle Brian, you need to calm the hell down. So this is what we're going to do.
And I had a niece that passed away when she was 15 months old from spinal muscular atrophy.
She would have been the closest one to passed away that you were close to at that time.
And up until my mom, she was, as far as I can remember, the only one.
Yeah, so I'm saying like maybe that was it. Yeah, I mean, and I know you're like you don't really believe in
Well,
that stuff, but
I don't know. Since we've been together, I've started to believe in, maybe not believe, but start questioning things like that because she is the only one for the longest time that I'd have dreams about. Like, I didn't, like, people that I ran into or had contact with, normally, from what I know from dreams, it's something that happened during the day and you know, your mind is still thinking about it or some kind of crap like that. Or a lot of my dreams seem to be,
yeah, I don't know.
but
You can't go by mine.
anyway, even if I had dreams with people in it, I didn't see faces. She was the only one that I would see and wake up upset or almost like looking around like, oh, is she here? It's
Right.
like, oh, no.
Now, have you had a dream with your mom in it since she's passed yet?
No. Which is, that is kind of weird.
It's not.
Now, I don't know how long, and I can't say how long it was from the time my niece passed until I had dreams.
Yeah,
What
it's
was it? 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? I don't. Was it a month? I don't know.
they say that they come to you in your dreams when you need them the most. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know my sister-in-law, we just had this discussion the other day. My sister-in-law still hasn't dreamed of her dad, and he died during COVID. And so it's, it depends. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I hadn't had at that point. I don't remember. Again, my mom's. I think her dad had passed at that point. Yeah, I think he had passed.
he had
but
to, 'cause
I'd
you,
never met him.
yeah,
So, I mean, this is going to sound cold. I can't,
you can't miss somebody you never met.
right? Like, I don't. Honestly, the only thing I remember is asking my mom, I was like, is that really him? Because I thought it was like a wax figure because I'd never been to a funeral before. And like the makeup and all, like, whatever they do, it looked like I had been to a wax museum. And that's what it reminded me of. Like, that's how he,
Do
that's how,
you remember what funeral home it was?
I want to say it was that brick place, the red brick place in Norwood
Okay,
by the firehouse.
Griffin's. Okay,
I don't know. But again, we're going back to the 80s.
I just don't want to use them. If
Huh?
I said I just don't want to use them if they make you look like a wax person.
Well, again, you're going by somebody who was probably maybe 12 or 13 at the time, I think.
Yeah, okay.
I don't quite remember. Maybe older. And
But I think you're right. I think so. If you believe in that, it could have been your niece being like, "Yo, I need to calm him down because as much as I love him, I don't want to see him yet." You know what I mean? Something like that. I mean,
yeah,
it's
I don't know. It's like, do they get older and wherever they are, or are they still that age? Like, I don't, like, what I remember is her smile. I don't remember, and unfortunately, I remember the last time I saw her, which I've never been that upset since, like, over someone, or even my mom. I was not that, like, I was like somebody had to calm me down in another room. I was that distraught.
So keep in mind,
A lot of it was because I didn't get to say goodbye. Like she literally passed as I walked in the room.
too, it's a child.
Yeah.
That plays a big role in it.
I've never gotten over that. Like, and I won't. Like I'm right now, I'm getting choked up about it. It's
I don't think you ever get over losing someone. I think you handle it differently as the
But
time goes on.
and this may sound weird to people, but as close as I was to my mom, I can have conversations about her and not get choked up. Where with Casey, I can't do it.
The difference, again, a child, she was cheated out of her life. And I hate saying this, but she was suffering at the end. You're
Yeah, I mean, she was. If anybody knows what SMA is, or you want to look it up, hers was the most. It wasn't well known at the time, and she had the most severe form of it, and it's where all your muscles just start to shut down, so your limbs start to go, and she didn't have control of that. Didn't have control of her head anymore. She could smile. She didn't. I don't remember her crying all that much.
she wouldn't have been able to, yeah.
But then, unfortunately, all your major organs are muscles. So the lungs and the heart and everything start to shut down.
And with your mom, although it was very sudden, your mom was also 78 years old. She lived a pretty full life. So there's the things that you have to look at it as well.
Sorry about my knee being in the camera.
But so, I mean, I get that. And not being able to say goodbye is very difficult. Like I've been through that with my mom. Like, but that makes sense. The still not getting over it. And I'll be honest with you, can't even count the amount of people I've lost. And losing my friend just over a year ago hit me hard.
Yeah.
And she wasn't a kid anymore. She was 51. But that one was difficult. You know, and I've buried grandparents, my mom, you know, my cousin who was like a brother to me. But losing...
And that's another weird thing. I don't remember, even though I was close with my dad's parents, for those, I guess
when you were younger,
mid-teens, but then not so much in high school. And it's like, I don't remember. I remember I don't remember my grandfather when he passed. I don't remember. I don't even know. I don't think I even went.
Did he pass when your dad was away?
I don't. I have no idea when he passed. He had to pass before that because my grandmother had already sold the house and moved out.
So your grandfather never lived out there?
No.
Okay.
No, she, for whatever reason, is either too much house or mobility issues or whatever. I do remember being over there. I think with the girls. I know it was with at least Christine, my oldest. I don't know if Alyssa, my youngest, was there or not.
If your youngest was there, your dad had already been away.
That's what I just said. I don't.
Yeah.
I think my memory sucks so bad. Like other people may know this better than me.
Is his name the same as your dad's name?
Huh?
Is his name the same as your dad's name, your grandfather?
No.
Oh.
But I think it may have been after my dad was out of jail.
Couldn't have been. Because your grandmother was already living over there when your dad got out of jail.
And he moved in with her.
You're saying that your grandfather died after...
No.
Okay.
When I went over there.
Oh, okay.
And brought the kids over and saw her. I don't know if... I'm trying to remember if it was... I remember being there when she was there, probably once. I could probably ask my cousin. He would probably know this stuff way better than
Did
me.
you go to her funeral?
No, I don't. I have no idea when she passed.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird. Like I don't know why I didn't, or did I? Did somebody not notify me?
That's what's going. Because you went through a gap where you didn't talk to your cousin, right?
I hadn't. I'd lost contact with everybody. Like I didn't talk with any of like the either side of the family's cousins or anybody.
So that's probably what happened.
So I don't know if it'd be better if my mom was still alive because she'd be able to answer all this stuff. They may have contacted her and she contacted me, and I don't. But
Yeah.
I literally don't remember. I wish my memory was better because I'd be able to answer these questions easier. But
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. The panic disorder may have curtailed some of your behavior, good or bad. I mean, it may have.
yeah, it's not, and I'm not saying, oh, thank God I got panic disorder. It's not a blessing, but I guess if you have to look for that,
Silver lining.
if you got to try and find the good in any situation, maybe that's it. Now, well, you know what? I'll say it is. I will say it. There's definitely a silver lining or blessing because if I hadn't got it, my life definitely would have gone in another direction, and we probably wouldn't be together. I still probably would have been divorced, but I don't know if I didn't have the panic disorder, agoraphobia, or any of that, I would have went off in another direction or doing whatever, and we probably wouldn't even have, reconnected or anything.
That's one way of looking at it, yeah.
I think everything would have been different, and who knows what would have happened.
Right.
So,
Okay, on that note, we will pick another interesting topic for the next episode. Can't tell you what it is yet because we don't know.
we wing it like everything else.
Of course, it's our life. Remember, if you guys like what you hear, if you're interested, hit the subscribe button. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them and we will get back to you. All right. Have a great night, guys. Bye.